Hello everyone, myself Dr. Parth Goswami, and today I am going to teach you about chemotaxis. So we will continue with acute inflammation. So friends, whenever a person is having tissue injury, any type of tissue injury or having the infection, right? At that time we know that there will be reaction in the blood vessel. There will be blood vessel changes, particularly vasodilatation and increased vascular permeability. So because of that, the leukocyte, especially neutrophil, will exit from the blood vessel, will exit the circulation due to increased vascular permeability of blood vessel, right? Because of increased vascular permeability, the leukocyte will exit the blood circulation, and then they will reach to the site of injury by the process of chemotaxis, right? The chemotaxis means a movement of leukocyte along with chemical gradient. So finally, with the chemotaxis, they will reach to the site of injury or to the site of infection. And because of that, they can eliminate the offending agent. They can remove the bacteria or they can remove the necrotic tissue by phagocytosis. So the chemotaxis is a locomotion, means movement of leukocyte along the chemical gradient, right? So it's a locomotion along the chemical gradient, locomotion movement of leukocyte. All right. And now friends, the microbes, particularly certain bacterias and the host cell, will do the production of certain chemoattractant substance, right? They can produce certain chemoattractant substance. This substance will be produced either from microbe or from our host cell. This substance, particular substance, could be exogenous or endogenous. Exogenous means outside the body and endogenous means production within the body. So the exogenous chemoattractants are bacterial product, particularly N formyl methionine terminal amino acid. So the N-formyl methionine terminal amino acid bacterial product can act as a chemoattractant, which is an exogenous product. While the endogenous product that which can act as a chemoattractants are interleukin 8, then complement component, particularly C3A and C5A, and leukotriene B4. These three are the most important endogenous chemoattractant, right? With this chemoattractant, leukocyte can reach up to the site of injury. How? I will teach you the mechanism that how chemoattractants will be helpful in leukocyte movement. So mechanism is as follow. So the chemotactic agent, any exogenous or endogenous chemotactic agent, will bind to the leukocyte. They will bind to the leukocyte by the receptor. There is a presence of one receptor over leukocyte which is a G protein coupled receptor. So they will bind to GPCR on the leukocyte, G protein coupled receptor. Because of that, there will be activation of second messengers from the leukocyte, right? The second messenger will be activated, particularly cyclic AMP, because of which there will be actin polymerization of the leukocyte at the edge. There will be actin polymerization at leading edge, and simultaneously there will be myosin filament polymerization also at the back portion, right? So there will be actin and myosin polymerization, and so there will be so the leukocyte will extend their philopodia portion, right? It is a tail of leukocyte, tail like portion. So the philopodia will be extended, and so the cell will pull back. This particular process is like a automobile, right? It's like an automobile front wheel drive. It's like an automobile with front wheel drive. It's with a front wheel drive that is pulled by an wheels in front, right? So it's like that of automobile front wheel drive movement. And because of that, the leukocyte now can do the movement and they can reach up to the site of injury. So the leukocyte move to the injury site, right? So that is the mechanism of the leukocyte movement along the chemical gradient. That is because of chemoattractant. And now you might have questioned that which are the type of leukocyte infiltration in this particular process. So by the chemotaxis, initially in the 24 hours in the acute inflammation, the neutrophils will initially do the movement, right? Initially in 24 hours in the tissue, there will be neutrophils. And after 24 hours, the acute inflammation usually converting towards chronic inflammation or resolution, and that can be neutrophils can be replaced by monocyte, right? So initially 24 hour you have neutrophil and then it will be replaced by monocyte. So this is all about the chemotaxis. Thank you very much and see you soon in the next video. Till then, take care and bye bye.